telling me how well that she played, and she said she was just a force to be reckoned with, getting a lot of rebounds. So Cincinnati, as we said, comes in with a 19-1 record, undefeated in the league. And Sinclair comes with a record of 12-6 and 3-1 in the league. So, Sinclair doing pretty well in the league, and we'll see how that's going to fare tonight. But the big thing for them tonight, too, Tommy, is they only have 3 players off the bench. We'll see if that's going to be a big difference in tonight's game.
Yeah, not too many teams that come in here short staff do a very good job against Cincinnati State's pressure. Cincinnati State now has everybody, all hands on deck, everybody's back, and they are now 12 or 13 deep, and he will use all 12 or 13. And coming in with 8 players is really, really going to be tough for Sinclair.
It really is. And we got to give our hats off to Dashik helping us out here tonight. Had another person not show up, so we appreciate him. We had to pull him out of the stands with his hot coffee, so he's helping us out. And Cincinnati, as we said, will be coming in with a 19-1 record and see if they can come off that 1-game losing streak. Sinclair's going to be in the red, trimmed in white. Cincinnati's going to be in their all white. And should be a pretty interesting game, and then the men's game will be a good one as well.
Yeah, and like you said, Sinclair's coming in at 3-1 record in the league in 3rd place, and Cincinnati 5-0, Owens 4-1. With Cincinnati, huge advantage because that one loss for Owens was on their home court against Cincinnati State.
Yeah. So there we go. Tip is going to be controlled by Frazier. He's going to give it up now to Dee Henry. Henry has the basketball. It looks like it's going to be Sinclair's going to be in a man-to-man. Dee Henry written to try to set something up, gives it over here to Fisher. Fisher get it inside to Frazier. She's going to get it back outside to Dillingham. Back inside to Frazier. She's going to turn around, throw up a shot off the back rim. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by number 20, Taste. Taste coming down the other way for Sinclair. We have no score here with 19:34 to go here in this first half. And they're going to swing it around now. That is Fourier. Shot is no good. That's going to be rebounded by Frazier. Outlet it now to Dee Henry. She's coming right down the middle. Going to go off to her left. Looking inside. They do get it into Dillingham. She's going to power her way down. Throws it up. Shot is no good. And Dee Henry's going to step out of bounds. But, Tom, it looks like early indications they want to get the ball inside.
No question about it. And, you get a couple of the big girls in for Sinclair in early foul trouble, and Cincinnati State will just feel the blood in the water.
They're going to get it now to Rittinger. Rittinger gets it back, and I think she fires a 3-pointer or 2-pointer. She puts it in, and Sinclair has an early 2-0 here lead. Coming down again now is going to be Dee Henry bringing the ball up. Give it to Dillingham. Man-to-man again for Sinclair. McLemore swings it over to Frazier. Up high to Fisher. Fisher in between the circles kicks it out to McLemore. She's going to drive in between the circles, throws up a one-handed shot up and good. Kind of off balance, Tommy, but she puts it in, and it's going to tie the score up here at 2.
Yeah, we were just talking before the game how McLemore's kind of dropped off a little bit on the scoring part of it. Effort is still there. The scoring hasn't been there, but good to see her hit her first shot.
And Rittinger had the ball, tried to throw it inside, but it was knocked away, and McLemore had it and gives it now to Dee Henry. She's going to come right down the middle. Gives it to Frazier. She's going to spin around, turns around, throws up a shot off the back of the rim. No good. Dillingham there for the rebound. To Frazier. Back out to McLemore. She's going to fire up a shot, air ball. No good. So Frazier's had a couple good shots down low, Tom. She just hit it off the back of the rim.
Yeah, she's getting the shots, though, and you like to see her going for the shots instead of just looking to pass it back out right away.
Cincinnati again putting on that pressure, going to trap in the middle. And they throw a pass. Steal. It's going to be stealing by Fish. Nice. Going to give it up to Dillingham, puts it up and in. Looks like Sinclair doesn't like what they see. They're going to call a timeout. Our score here 4-2 with 18 minutes to go here in this first half. Again, we want to thank Dashik for helping us out here tonight, doing on the camera.
We always said he was the man that could do it all.
That's right. He is the man. And it's Dan Albers and Tom Benassi here on USBN Sports and Anderson Community Television.
For Sinclair, the two to look out for, Brandy McDaniel, a sophomore, averaging 15.6 a game, and followed by Katie Von Lemden, also a sophomore at 14.7. So those are the two big guns. And if they can keep them quiet, and that's what happened the other day, Columbus State came in and they had 4 starters averaging 43 points a game, and they combined for 1 point in the first half.
Wow. It's impressive. So Cincinnati still putting on that pressure. And it looks like they're going to beat it now to Sinclair. They get it down in the corner to Rittinger. She's going to fire up a 3-point shot. It is no good. And following up a rebound, her shot was no good and got rejected. And they're going to kick it back now. Another 3-point attempt on the way is no good. And the last shot was by Von Lennon. Shot was no good, and what do we got here? I think we got a foul. Foul's going to be on 13. That'll be on Fourier. That'll be her first. 4-2 here. Our score, 17-39. Dee Henry bringing the ball up the court. Looks like Sinclair's going to be in a man-to-man still. Swinging on to Dillingham over to Frazier. Frazier over to McLemore. McLemore gets it down in the corner to Dillingham. Looks like she was going to shoot it, but she's going to kick it back out now to McLemore. Looks like McLemore's almost afraid to shoot the ball, Tommy. And Dee Henry fired up a shot on the baseline, but she got rejected, so it's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay here with Cincinnati. And get it now to Fisher. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. In and out, no good. And getting the rebound is McLemore. She's going to fire it off the glass, no good. And it is going to be rebounded by Sinclair. And number 20, that's Taste. Going to give it up to Fourier. Rittinger back to Fourier. She's going to throw it in the corner, but it's going to be knocked away by Dee Henry. Goes out of bounds.
That pass will never work against Cincinnati State right there.
Cross.
So Cincinnati off to a quick start, and here we go. 5 subs.
Wow.
Latimer, Craighead, Fitzpatrick, McLean, and Ivy all in for Cincinnati State.
Wow, not too happy with a 4-2 score here at 16:57. He brings everybody in. Taking the ball out of bounds. They're going to get it now to Von Lennon. Swing it down in the corner to Rittinger. Rittinger, since ain't that man-to-man, to get it down low to Tay. She's going to drive inside the circles, kicks it down. Driving baseline, left-handed shot up and good. Good job by number 10, Von Lemden. She puts it in, and it's going to tie the score here at 4. Swing it around now, Ivy to Craighead. Not a very good pass, and Craighead's going to run it down. Craighead swings it over to McLean. McLean's going to drive into the basket, throws up a shot off the glass, up and in. Good job by McLean, driving all the way in, putting it in. I think that's what they wanted, Tommy, out of their guards. They weren't driving to the basket. Sinclair quickly coming down the other way. Nice shot, throwing off, and no good. Last shot was by Fourier, and it looks like she got the steal, Tommy, and got the ball and kind of did a turnover, gave it to Craighead. Now McLean cross court over to Fitzpatrick. She's going to drive in at the circle, at the elbow, throw up a shot, good. Tommy, she's got a smooth shot. She just doesn't shoot enough.
Yeah, she's a very unselfish player, and they actually want her to shoot a little more than what she does.
Bringing the ball down now is going to be Taste. Kicks it down in the corner. Three-point attempt is good.
There she is.
Nice shot by Van Lenham. She puts it in. That's going to make it 8-7. Cincinnati State up by 1 on Sinclair. As we said, Sinclair comes in with a 3-1 record. Not a very good pass by Craighead at all. It's going to be stolen by Tate. She's going to drive it all the way to the basket. Oh, she got too far underneath the basket and hit underneath the backboard. Cincinnati coming down the other way. Now Craighead to McLean. Looks like we're going to have a substitution already. Looks like McLemore set to check in for Cincinnati. Give it up now to Fitzpatrick at the top of the key. Swing it over now to Ivy. To Lattimore. Lattimore's going to drive all the way in. Throws it off the glass. Puts it up and in.
Oh,
wow.
count that.
NBA continuation.
You got to like that.
Foul's going to be on 20, and that'll be on Taste. And looks like McLemore's going to come in and Craighead's going to come out.
Oh, I certainly didn't think that basket was going to count. But we'll take it. Brittany Latimer trying to complete the three-point play.
And free throws on the way. It's good. It's going to make it now 11-7 ball game. 15-12 to go here in this first half. Dan Alvarez, Tom Benassi, and Dashik helping us out here on the camera. Swing it around now. That's going to be Wang. It's going to kick it out. Very bad pass. It's going to be stolen by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick for Cincinnati coming down the left side. Going to pull up, throw up a jumper, and in. Nice job by Fitzpatrick. And Cincinnati's pulling away here, 13-7. And now Taste has it for Sinclair, waiting for everybody to clear out until she crosses half court. Taking it off to the right is Taste, crosses over, spins around inside, and throws not a very good pass. And they throw another bad pass, and she tried to save it, but it's going to be over and back on Sinclair.
So you don't want to see the turnovers start adding up because you're in serious trouble if you get into the high double digits by halftime.
And Fitzpatrick taking the ball out of bounds. Going to get it down in the corner. And that is McLean. She's going to drive all the way in. Throws it in the corner to McLemore. She's going to fire up a shot. Good.
All right.
McLemore hits one in between the circles. Cincinnati up here 15-7. Coming down now is going to be Taste for Sinclair. Cincinnati in a man-to-man. Taste has a nice little crossover. Going to take it off to the right, swing it back now to McDaniel. Wang's going to get it, and she's going to the basket. She said she traveled with the basketball. Could have been a foul call in between two defenders, but they're going to call a travel.
That's a couple turnovers for Riley Wang right there. The one player that we kind of missed was Kanisha McLean was out for a while, and she adds a whole lot to this lineup, both on the defensive end and the offensive end.
McMorrow gets it down to McLean. McLean in between the circles, cross court over to Lattimore. Lattimore's going to drive baseline, throws up a shot. She got fouled, no call, gets her own rebound. Another shot was no good, rebounded by Wang. Outlet it now, Van Lehman. Van Lehman, she's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Here's again.
Wow, shits a three-pointer from the top of the key. It's going to make it now 15-10.
That's 8 for Katie Von Lemden.
Fitzpatrick with a crossover. She fires up a shot. It is no good, and it's going to be Wang outletting it. They got somebody wide open, taking it all the way down the court. It's going to lay it up and in is by Fourier. So that's going to make it now a 15-12 ball game with 13-18 to go here in this first half. Fitzpatrick going to swing it over now to McLean. McLean in between the circles, spins, throws up a shot off the glass, no good. But she's going to be fouled as she's going to the basket.
Well,
Foul's going to be on 20. That'll be on Taste. That'll be her second.
And she is, I believe she is their third leading scorer. So that's one of the players that they can ill afford to lose, but she's going to have to sit for a while.
So McLean will be on the line. Free throws, no good. Checking in will be number 40, and that is Rittinger checking in. And for Cincinnati, be number 34, Dillingham. It's like Sinclair's going to call a timeout. They're going to call a full timeout. Our score here, 15-12. And Cincinnati stayed up, but struggling a little bit here on the offensive end.
Yeah, and you can already see it, though. Coach Harris just has so many cards down there on the bench. He just kind of interchanges them until he gets that perfect match for whatever game he's in. And it's not going to be the same match every time, but not too many people can just throw in 5 new players just like that and not affect the game at all.
And so Cincinnati, again, I think they were telling me here, Tommy, that during the men's game at halftime, Thomas More, St. Thomas More is what I thought they said, was going to be playing some little kids at halftime. So in St. Thomas More, that's by us, isn't it?
Yeah. Mount Carmel area.
So that'll be nice. So Cincinnati up here 15-12, and we have a men's game. The men also lost to Vincennes, so they have lost a couple games. But, again, they are, I believe, I want to say 3-1 in the conference.
3-2.
3-2 in the conference because they lost to Lakeland.
And their biggest battle is that they've lost both their games on the home floor to the 2 teams ahead of them, and that's where they're going to have a hard time getting caught up. They're going to have to win some road games and hope that these other schools beat up on each other a little bit.
So McLean will be on the line. She's going to shoot her second free throw. She missed the first one. Free throw on the way, and it is no good. So she misses both free throws, but Lattimore's there for the rebound. She throws up a shot. It got rejected. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Wang that rejected it. Swing it out now to Fitzpatrick. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good, and they're going to call a foul. What do we got here? Foul's going to be on 21. That's going to be on Lattimore. That'll be her first. So we got 3 fouls to 1. Sinclair has 3. Cincinnati has 1. Get it now to Wang. She's going to outlet it now to Von Lenham. And she's going to get trapped in the corner. Give it into Wang. She's going to kick it down. McDaniel fires up a shot. Good. McDaniel hits one from the baseline, puts it up and in. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point ball game here at 15-14. McElmore swings it around. Fitzpatrick looks like they switched to a 2-3 zone. Going to let them shoot the basketball. That's a good move.
I guess they're going to dare them to shoot. So we'll see what kind of lineup Coach Harris comes back with.
And they're going to get it now, swing it to Fitzpatrick, down to Lattimore, down in the corner. Try to get it down low. And McLean has it. She's got the ball, and she loses it, and it's going to stay here with Cincinnati. And I was just getting ready to say, I bet you Taylor Frazier comes in here real soon. And she does, along with Dominic Fisher. That's going to answer the three-point area as well.
Yeah, so now you have Fitzpatrick and Fisher that can hit from the outside, and two strong inside with Dillingham and Frazier.
And they had to hurry up and fire that shot. Fisher's shot was no good. Dillingham got the rebound, but she couldn't put it in. And it was number 40, that was Rittinger with the rebound. Von Lehman coming down the other way that is Foyer coming down the other way. She's going to drive baseline. Cross court, but not a very good pass, and Fisher's going to knock it out of bounds. $11:56 to go here in this first half. Cincinnati up here 15-14. Get the ball inside. They throw it to Wang. She's going to be fouled as she's going to the basket. Foul's going to be on number 32, and that's going to be a Taylor Frazier. That'll be her first. Coming in ready here soon will be Dee Dee Henry. First free throw on the way is no good. Fitzpatrick's going to come out.
Last time we saw the Lady Surge, we saw Taylor Frazier take over the game against Columbus State early in the second half and absolutely carried them to a huge victory in a really close game.
So we got Wang that just tied the score up here at 15. Swinging around now to Henry. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Nice.
Dee Dee Henry hits a three-pointer, and that'll get him out of a 2-3 zone really quickly. It's going to make it now 18-15. Fourier coming down the other way. Cincinnati going to be in a man-to-man looking for a trap. Fourier's going to come off to the right now. Swing it over to Von Lehman. Von Lehman's going to drive between the circles. She's going to fire up a one-handed shot, and it goes in.
Wow.
And there's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be on McLemore. The foul's going to be on Dee Dee Henry. I'm sorry about that. So Dee Dee Henry, that'll be her first.
And that's 10 points for Katie Von Lemden already. 4 of 5 from the field. Like I said, she comes in as the second leading scorer on the team at 14.7 points a game. So she's right there ahead of her average.
So we're going to have a timeout called by Cincinnati State. It's here 18-18 as she makes the free throw. Tom, they just don't seem like they have that, just off just a little bit. I don't think Coach Harris is too worried about it, but I just think that he knows that he's trying to get that mixture in there to see what he can do to catch fire.
I think he's more disappointed on the defensive end than he is the offensive end. I think they're giving up some wide open shots. I mean, Von Lemden's 3 of her shots have been wide open. And, I mean, you can't leave one of the big guns that wide open, especially when their style of defense is in your face the whole time.
So 11-19 to go here in this first half. Cincinnati and Sinclair tied up here at 18. Cincinnati again, and they're all white. Sinclair in the red. Taking it to Dillingham now. Dillingham trying to set a screen. Looking in for Frazier, nothing there.
And you called it, Dan. That 2-3 zone didn't last very long.
Yep. So they're in a man-to-man now. Driving in is going to be Fisher. She's going to drive the basket. She got fouled, and they said no shot. Foul's going to be on number 13. That'll be Furrier. That'll be her second as well, Tom.
Yeah, and with only 3 substitutes, you definitely cannot afford to get in any kind of foul trouble.
Get it into Frazier. Kicks it back now. McLemore to Fisher. Swing it over to Dee Dee Henry. Get it into Dillingham. Nice ball movement, but air ball by Dillingham. But they quickly outlet it to Furrier. Furrier going to take it, and she's going to pull it back out now. Rittinger has it at the top of the key. Von Lehman gets it down in the corner. Cincinnati still in that man-to-man. They got 17 on the shot clock. And going off to her right is going to be Fourier. Swing it down to Rittinger. Rittinger looking inside. They get it into Furrier. She loses control of the basketball. There's Wang with the shot, no good, and Frazier with the rebound. Dee Dee Henry quickly gives it up to Dillingham. She's going to drive all the way in, throws up a shot off the front of the glass, no good. And running it down is going to be Von Lehman. Von Lehman coming down the other way. She's going to take it all the way to the basket, throws up a left-handed shot, no good. Rebounded by McLemore. McLemore outlets it to Fisher. Fisher
all the way.
Going to take it all the way to the basket, throws it up off, and good.
All right.
You know what? That was a good job by Dillingham to kind of cut her off as Fisher was going to the basket.
Nice little legal moving screen right there.
20-18, 9:56 to go. Coming down the other way is, it looks like she was having trouble bringing the ball up the court. Furrier's going to give it over to Von Lehman. She's going to get out to McDaniel. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Wow.
McDaniel, who you said earlier was leading the team with 15.6 points, is going to make it now a 21-20 lead for Sinclair. Fisher hurries and fires up a three-point shot. It is no good.
She got away with a foul there.
Yes, she did. Fisher's going to put it up and in. She got away with a big-time foul on that one. So quickly coming down is going to be Sinclair. Shot was no good, and throwing up another shot is going to be Wang on 2 shots. They're no good. And coming down the other way is now going to be Fisher. Fisher is going to give it up now to Dee Dee Henry. Henry gives it back to Dillingham, who's running the court, puts it up and in. Good job by Dillingham, and Cincinnati now up 3 at 24-21. 9:07 to go here in this first half.
That's 4 for Dillingham, and a nice assist by Dee Dee Henry right there. Very unselfish.
Swing it around now. Get it inside to Wang. Her shot is rejected by Frazier. Cincinnati's going to have McLean, Fitzpatrick, and Lattimore checking in. For Sinclair will be number 22, Henderson.
Well, right now for Sinclair, Riley Wang seems to be the one that keeps getting open underneath, but unable to complete any of her shots. So she is not helping much on the offensive end right now.
Not a good pass, and it's McLemore coming down the other way. She's going to take it all the way to the basket. She got a shot rejected by Von Lehman, but she has to pick up the dribble, and she loses it, and then she's going to pick up a foul. Wow. So Von Lehman's going to pick up her first foul. Unbelievable block down there in that end.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one you almost think, you don't want to pick up a foul right there, especially when you're one of the leading scorers. Just let them have the layup and start over.
So get it swinging around. Now they get it to Fisher in the corner for a three-pointer. Good. Fisher hits a three-pointer. Now they're up 6 at 27-21. 8:32 to go here in this first half. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Dashik here at Sinclair Sinclair at Cincinnati State. Nice move, up and in. Shot is no good by Rittinger. And getting it now, throwing up a shot was no good by 22, and that was Henderson. They're going to get it back out, but it's going to be stolen. And Fisher coming down the other way. Fisher going to take spin, throw to the basket. She's going to get fouled by Henderson as she's going to the basket. And that'll be her first foul.
Dominique loves that little spin move. She needs to start it about another 1.5 feet out. She always seems to get a little too close to the rim.
So Fisher again doesn't make a free throw, and we beat a dead horse, and we talk about that all the time, Tom, but
1 of 4.
So important. Checking in will be Frazier and McLemore coming out. It just seems like when McLemore stays in the game for a long time, she starts to finally get in the flow, but it seems like when she comes out, she's got to get in that flow of the game.
I agree, and she was nationally recognized there early in the year for being one of the top steals leaders in the league, or in the nation actually, averaging 15 points a game, and she's dropped off to 13. So definitely want to see her pick up the offensive end again.
So they don't make both free throws, but Sinclair's going to have the basketball coming down the other way. It's going to be Taste for Sinclair. Taste almost pushed off, and she's going to go to the basket, and as she's going to the basket, she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be on Lattimore, and that'll be her second foul.
Did Fisher make that second free throw?
No, she missed both of them.
Jeez.
So Taste will be on the line. Free throw, in and out, no good. This is an ugly free throw shooting performance by both teams. McLemore is going to come back in. Lattimore is going to come out. And next free throw is no good, so he missed both of them, and McLean with the rebound. McLean quickly coming down the other way. He's going to give it to McLemore. And a bad pass. It goes out of bounds, so a turnover. Tom, when you got a 27-21 lead and 7:43 to go, you bring it back out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, she was too far into the basket. Even if she catches the ball, she's not going to have a shot. It's just one of those you got to understand. It's better to set up your offense than turn it over.
And they're going to swing it around now, get it in the corner. Rittinger with a three-point shot is off the side of the rim, no good. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay here with Sinclair.
Cincinnati State kind of giving up a few offensive rebounds so far in this game, and you don't see that very often out of them.
And they're going to get it into Ridinger off the inbounds, throws off a shot off the side of the rim, no good.
And there's another one.
And it's going Ridinger gets the rebound. Tace going to drive baseline, spin, kicks it back to Ridinger. Over to McDaniel. She's going to get inside to Wang. She's going to drive to the basket, throws it off the glass, up and in. This time I think she finally made it or figured out what to do. It's going to make it 27-23. And McLean almost loses it again and gets a turnover. Get it back now to Fitzpatrick. Going under 7 minutes here to go in this first half. Fitzpatrick's going to drive, pull up, throw up a shot, in and out, no good. And it's going to be controlled, no, by Fisher. Fisher
nice
going to give it into Fitzpatrick, up and in. Good job by Fisher. She's going to give it to Fitzpatrick. She's going to put it up and in. Cincinnati still holds that 6-point lead.
Well, Fitzpatrick with 6 points now.
Coming down the other way now. Getting into Tate. She's going to go right down the middle, kicks it in the corner. McDaniel, she's going to fire up a shot. It is no good. Rebounded by McElmore. McElmore coming down the other way. Give it up to McLean. McLean has got it down in the corner. McLean's going to get it up high to McElmore. McElmore to Fitzpatrick. To McLean. McLean's going to drive into the basket, spin, throws up a shot off balance, no good. Not a very good shot at all. It's going to be rebounded by Ridinger. Ridinger's going to try to take it up. They need to get a guard to get the ball. And Tace had it. And it's going to be fought for, and it's going to be stolen by McElmore. McElmore pulls up, throws up a shot, no good. And Ridinger's going to get the rebound. And Ridinger coming down the other way. Ridinger on the left side is going to swing it back now to McDaniel. McDaniel, she picked up her dribble, and she's going to have to hurry up and give it up. Not a very good pass, stolen by Fisher. Fisher coming down the other way is going to speed up to the basket. Stops, goes under, she'll walk with the basketball.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is – I'll tell you what, we talked about it a little before the game, and this has reminded me a lot of the game I watched last night. For what reason, I don't know, Illinois and Michigan State. And you talk about some bad college basketball. It was awful, Dan. And you're talking about a team ranked number 10 in the country, and they could not make a shot if their life depended on it. That's unbelievable. 42-41 Illinois in one of the worst basketball games I've ever watched.
So Cincinnati not playing very well here in this first half, only up 6 at 29-23. But, you know, we've seen games before in the past where they've played bad and really haven't had the lead like they do. You just know that at some point it's gonna happen, and they're going to start taking off.
Yeah, right now I think there's two things that kind of stick out to me, and that's their defense is definitely not what it usually is on the half-court defense, and also giving up the offensive rebounds. I think that's something you just don't see out of them, and Sinclair has had a few of those already. Unfortunately for Cincinnati State, they're unable to put them back in most of the time.
29-23, 5:35 to go here in this first half. Sinclair taking the ball out of bounds. Coming down is going to be Tace for Sinclair. Sinclair going to swing it around to the right. Driving in is Von Lehman. Von Lehman's going to bring it back over. Tries to throw it inside to Tace. She does. Gets it up high. Driving all the way to the bat. Throws a shot off. Gets her own rebound. Gets her shot rejected by Frazier. Last two shots were by Henderson. Coming down the other way is going to be D.D. Henry. He's going to give it over to Dillingham. Back to D.D. Henry. D.D. Henry's going to drive in, swing it around. Firing up a three-point shot as McElmore. It is no good. Dillingham fires up a shot. It was no good. Frazier there to put it up and in. 31-23, 4:55 to go here in this first half. Going to give it now to Taste. Taste, dribble down to the left. So saying that man-to-man, Taste going to take it all the way to the basket. Up under, she walked with the basketball. Checking in will be McDaniel. Coming out will be Wang.
It's kind of a little different story than what we're used to. We're used to seeing the teams have the turnovers in the front court trying to get it up the court.
Right.
And today you're seeing them, after they get set up into their offense, they're turning it over.
So D.D. Henry gets it on the turner. They get it into Dillingham. She's going to back her way down. Throws up a shot. Got rejected.
Gracious.
Throws up another shot. It is no good. Frazier had the rebound, but gets knocked out of her. And McLemore shoots it. No good. Coming down the other way is going to be Henderson for Sinclair. She's got a one-on-one. Going to take it, spin, got fouled, throws it up, and good. I don't think they're going to count it. Are they saying it's good?
No. No, she's calling it on the floor.
So foul's going to be on number 20. That'll be on Dee Dee Henry. That'll be her second. Fitzpatrick will check in.
Well, between Dillingham and McLemore, the shooting percentage is not very good at all. A lot of shots, little production.
And McDaniel fires up a shot. It is no good from the baseline. Frazier with the rebound. Fitzpatrick quickly coming down the other way. He's going to give it to Fisher. He's going to drive in, lose control of the basket. Should have been double dribble. Going to give it now to.
No, she walked.
And she walked with the basket. Yeah, it should have been something
gracious. There. This is just unbelievable.
31-23, 4:02 to go in this first half. Cincinnati State up on Sinclair Community College up in Dayton, Ohio. And Cincinnati net man-to-man. Tate's going to go off to her right. Got nothing there. It's going to go back off to the right again, and there's going to be a foul on McLemore. Yep. It's going to be on her. She pushed as she tried to fight through a screen.
Well, you have McLemore and Dillingham alone for Cincinnati State are 4 of 17. 17 shots between them, and only 4 have been going in.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good pass on the inbounds, and Fitzpatrick knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay here with Sinclair. And they get it in now at Von Lehman. She's going to drive all the way to the basket. Left-handed shot up and good. Good job by Von Lehman. It's 31-25 with 3:40 to go here in this first half. And it's going to be Fisher. The other throws up a shot. She probably traveled. They didn't call it, Tommy, but there's Taylor Frazier there with the junk basket, and they'll take it any way they can.
I agree. 7 rebounds for Taylor already.
And McDaniel's going to drive baseline. She's going to spin, throws up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Frazier.
Love it.
Taylor Frazier with a big rebound, gives it to Fitzpatrick. Over and out of her. Fisher on the wing. Has it at the top of the key, swings down in the corner to McLemore. Looked like she was going to fire up a three-pointer. I'll tell you what, Frazier's open down on the low block. Get it to Dillingham. Dillingham squares up, drives to the basket, gets it to Frazier. She's going to put it up and in.
All right.
That's going to got him a 10-point lead at 35-25. 2:55 to go here in this first half. And Taste has basketball being guarded by McLemore. Taste swings it to Rittinger, to McDaniel. Baseline, gets it up high now to Von Lehman. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. In and out, no good. McLemore with the rebound. McLemore's going to get it to Dillingham. Dillingham's going to go all the way to the basket.
Come on.
Spins, turns, up and in.
Go.
Good job by Dillingham. And Cincinnati has that 12-point lead. And they're going to give it now to Taste. She did very nonchalantly trying to get after that ball as a guard. Tate's going to take it all the way to the basket, and she's going to be fouled by Frazier, and I believe that's going to be 2 on her, Tommy.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have checking in for the first time. Aisha Cooper going to check in.
Seeing a couple very tired players for Sinclair. Von Lemden and Taste both struggling to stand up straight right now.
First shot on the way. No good. Wow.
She's 0 for 3 from the line.
That's kind of surprising. Fourier's checking into the ball game, Tom. 2:15 to go, and she's got 2 fouls. It's kind of surprising.
And, you know, she didn't take out either one of the girls. I just said we're so tired.
And free throw's no good, so they missed both of them. And it's going to be Dillingham with the rebound. Quickly coming down the other way is going to be Dillingham. Dillingham gets it down low to Cooper. Shot is no good underneath the backboard, and Rittinger is going to have it. Going to give it up now to Taste. We're at under 2 minutes to go here in this first half. Rittinger at the top of the key. Von Lehman now. Von Lehman's going to give it over now to Fourier. Fourier has it. 16 on the shot clock. Fourier in between the circles going to drive all the way, and she pushed off big time.
Yep, 3
and
fouls.
That's going to be a foul on her. Wow.
Yep, you called it, Dan. Came back into the game. Kind of an odd situation to bring her back in, and quickly picks up her 3rd foul. And that was a frustration foul right there. They were in her face, and she kind of threw out the elbow to make a little room for herself.
So Wang checks in, and McLean checks in for Cincinnati. So coming down the other way is going to be McLemore. So again, Sinclair is going to be in that man-to-man. 1:36 to go, 37-25, Cincinnati up on Sinclair Community College. Get it into Cooper, and they're going to say 3 seconds on her, and that was.
Well, it took them too long to figure out what defense Sinclair was playing. 3 of them thought they were in zone and 2 thought they were in man-to-man, and by the time they got it sorted out, Cooper had been standing in a lane the whole time.
Coming down the other way is going to be Von Lehman. Von Lehman, Cincinnati getting in that man-to-man. Nice crossover. Going to take it all the way to the basket, throws up a left-handed shot, no good, and it's going to be Wang with the rebound. McDaniel fires up a shot, good.
Nice.
McDaniel hits it in between the circles, and it's going to make it now 37-27 with 1:09. Fisher has it at the top of the key. Swings it over to McElmore. McElmore is going to spin, lose control of the basketball, and Von Lehman's going to have it now. So not a good turnover. They're going to quickly give it up now to Wang.
Kept her dribble.
Kept her dribble. Is going to give it back now. Swing it down in the corner to McDaniel. McDaniel gets it to number 40. He's going to give it now to number 20, and that is Taste.
Oof.
Got it inside. Not a very good shot. I believe that was Wang again. Going to give it up to Fisher, driving to the basketball court. Stops, spins, throws up a shot. Good. So good job by Fisher, who stops to let the defender go by her and puts it up and in. We're at 29 seconds to go here in this first half. Cincinnati up 39-27.
Cincinnati State's leading scorer, Dominique Fisher, doing it again with 9 points.
And Cooper falls on the ground. Why did she fall on the ground?
I don't know.
She got the ball and fell to the ground.
Haley, go low.
Yeah, I don't know if she lost her balance. But, yeah, it looked like she intentionally went down to the ground. I'm not sure what was going on there.
So Sinclair trailing here 39-27 with 18 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Tate's going to take it all the way to the basket, wraps it around. Nice pass. Wang gets fouled and puts it in. Good job by Wang, who puts it up and in. A great pass by Taste.
Fouls on McLean, and I can't believe that Wang made that shot. She's missed so many easy ones, and then she puts in the one where she gets drilled by McLean.
And makes a free throw. So those are big, Tom. 39-30 with 12 seconds to go, and a bad pass. Wow.
I got lucky there that Von Lemden didn't take that all the way down.
Fisher taking the ball out of bounds, going to give it to McLean. They got 7 seconds to go here. McLean's going to take it to the basket, spin, falls on the ground, and they said she walked. Should have been a walk.
What's she calling? Inadvertent whistle because she kept her dribble. I think she was anticipating a travel right there, and McLean kept her dribble as she fell to the ground.
So inadvertent whistle. 39-30, 3.5 seconds to go here in this first half.
Yeah, I don't know what the major discussion is. I mean, she called it right away. I mean, she knew she made a mistake, and she corrected it right away. I thought it was a good call right there.
See if they get the ball into Maisha Cooper. McElmore taking the ball out of bounds. Get it into McLean. She's too far underneath the basket. Kicks it down in the corner to fire for a three-point shot.
Oh,
good!
She got 2-pointer.
No way, two-pointer. Hey, I'm going to interview Coach. If you could just going to be interviewed by Coach Harris here in a few minutes. Coach Harris, you got a nice big 2-point basket there, but I don't think that's what you wanted there at the very end.
Particular point, the way we're playing. We're playing horrible.
Offensively and defensively, it's like you're not in a rhythm.
Yeah, we're just not getting after the ball the way we should. We're not attacking the basket the way we should. It's just a horrible first half right now.
Is that just any effect from Monday night, or is that just
no effect from Monday night whatsoever. Monday night's game has nothing to do with Wednesday night. You got to come out each night and play basketball, regardless of how things go a night before or 2 nights before.
And you can see a little bit of the confidence on McElmore. She looks like a little bit like she's doubting herself a little bit. Is she just in a little bit of a funk, you think? Or
I have no clue what's going on with her right now.
Okay.
Everybody was on a high, and all of a sudden everybody's on a low.
All right, what are you going to do in the second half?
I got to figure that one out.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, that's Coach Harris joining us, and our score here at 41-30. And Tom, like he said, he's just going to have to get something going here.
Yeah, he's not happy at all, and you hate to say that it's not a factor, but this is the 3rd game in 5 days, and 2 of them were on the road. So I think it's got to play a little bit into it, but definitely not the kind of basketball we're used to seeing out of a Cincinnati State women's team. But it's 41-30, right. So it's not like they didn't score.
Right.
So we'll see if they get that little run they have in the early second half to put this team away.
All right, so we're going to take a break, regroup ourselves. Our score here, 41-30. We'll be back with second half action right after this. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Alberts with Tom Benassi. Welcome back here to the second half. Our second half score, 41-30. Cincinnati State up on Sinclair. Tom, anything sticking out stat-wise for you with both teams?
No, nothing really. Cincinnati State's points off turnovers 11-5. That's usually where they have a huge advantage. 6 points is not really a big spread for them that we're used to seeing. Right now for visiting Sinclair, you have Von Lemden coming in with 13 points in the first half, averaging 14.7. So she is having a real nice game for Sinclair. And McDaniel, the leading scorer, has been held to 7. We saw a lot of missed shots on the inside by Rittinger and Wang for Sinclair. So if some of those buckets start going in, I think Cincinnati State's got their hands full in the second half. And for Cincinnati State, you have Fisher, leading scorer, with 9, Dillingham with 8, Frazier and Fitzpatrick each with 6. So kind of the usual characters for them. Scoring is spread out, and you like to see a little better defensive effort for them than what we saw in the first half, and I think Coach kind of let them have it at halftime.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You know, he obviously – you just see something's off with McLemore, and he wasn't too pumped up about the question I asked him, and I think that's just because he can't figure out what's going on with her.
Yeah, like you said, Dan, she just seems real hesitant when she gets the ball. I mean, early in the year, she would get the ball, and she would know what she was going to do right away. She'd drive into the lane, and, I mean, she was almost unstoppable. She wouldn't make every shot, but the defenders wasn't the reason why she was missing a shot. So it just seems like she's definitely hesitant about taking it in there for whatever reason, and they just, you know, as long as they have a balanced attack, they're going to be hard to beat just because they're 13 players deep.
Well, and as we said, it's a good thing that they have 13 players so they can get a mixed rotation. If it was back in the day when they used to only have 6 and 7 and 8 girls, that might have been some trouble for them.
Yeah, I agree. You know, they shot 42% in the first half and held Sinclair to 35. So, you know, you'd like to see some better shots. You know, some of the shots that they took were kind of forces. But I think, you know, the first 6-7 minutes of the second half is usually where they excel. That's where they kind of put their foot down and say, okay, you're done, and they knock them out. And with only 8 players, I think it's going to be a pretty easy out for Sinclair right here if Cincinnati State puts the pressure on.
It looks like we're going to have the same starters, I believe, for Sinclair and also Cincinnati State. For on the court for Cincinnati will be Frazier, Dee Henry, McLemore, Fisher, and Asia Dillingham. And the starters for Sinclair will be Von Lehman, Foyer, Taste, Rittinger, and McDaniel. As you said, McDaniel kind of quiet here tonight. She averages 15-6. What did you say? She had 7?
She had 7 points, yeah. And, you know, she had a couple long shots. She wasn't getting anything on the inside. All of her points have come from the outside. Wang is the one getting open in the inside of the court, and she's unable to finish most of the time.
So Sinclair will be taking the ball down the court. They're trailing by 11 here at 41-30. And they're going to swing it around now to Von Lehman. Up high to Rittinger. Cincinnati that man-to-man. Taste. Oh, nice cut to the basket by Von Lehman. Her shot was no good. Wow, that was a pretty good job. Should have been a double dribble on that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, and actually she should have just caught the ball, stopped, and pulled up instead of trying to force it between 2 defenders.
It's like they're in a 2-3 zone. That kind of messed things up for Cincinnati State there for a while. See if they're going to try to get it to Fisher down in the corner to fire up a 3. And she does. And shot is off the side of the rim, no good. Von Lehman with the rebound. You know, those zones are good and bad sometimes.
Well, yeah, you're right. And one pass. That was a one-pass offense right there, and I don't think Coach Harris wants to see that.
Get it down in the corner. Fakes a three-pointers for her. She's going to drive to the basket. One-handed shot up and good. So she puts it in, and again, Sinclair doing a nice job of getting to the rim. And McLemore to Dee Henry to McLemore. He's going to drive to the basket, throws up a shot. He got rejected by McDaniel. It's going to stay. And you know what? If I'm McLemore and I hear that from a coach telling me I'm not a shooter, I'm going to be shooting a basketball to show him, you know? Dillingham has it in the corner. 16 on the shot clock. Dominic Fisher now swings it over to McLemore. Get it inside to Frazier. Back to McLemore. 8-7 on the shot clock. Get it into Frazier. She turns around, throws up a shot off the rim, no good. McDaniel with the rebound. Quickly comes Tays for Sinclair. Tays kicks it. Swing it up high now to Rittinger. Swings it over. Von Lehman tries to get it inside, knocked out of bounds by Frazier.
And that rebound by McDaniel was her first rebound of the game for Sinclair.
Wow.
I wanted to check my stats because I'm like, that can't be right. Well, it's right. First rebound.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Von Lehman has it. Cincinnati going to be in that man-to-man. She's going to drive to the elbow, kicks it down in the corner. McDaniel for a three-point shot.
Oh,
good.
Got that one.
Wow, McDaniel hits it now. She's already up to 10, right? 10 points already.
Yeah.
And Dee Dee Henry, one-handed shot off the front of the rim, no good. And Rittinger with the rebound. And going to give it up now to Taste.
Once again, Dan, no passes that trip.
Nope. Get it now to Rittinger. Going to get it back down to McDaniel in the corner. McDaniel going to bring it back out to Fourier. Fourier's going to try to get it inside a Taste, and she's going to run it down. Got 10 on the shot clock. Going to have to hurry up. 7 on the shot clock. Von Lehman's going to kick it out now. Fakes a three-pointer, driving the basket. Fourier kicks it. They're going to have to hurry up, fire up a shot. Shot is good.
Nice shot.
God. That was a good job by Sinclair moving the ball around, and it's 41-37.
And the thing you like there, Dan, is they all knew exactly how much time was left. She knew she had to put that shot up right away.
And that 2-3 zone is messing things up here for Cincinnati. McLemore going to have to get someone in the middle, Tommy.
Yeah, and, you got to keep the ball moving against the zone. There you go,
McLemore, that's exactly what they needed to do, was get McLemore in the middle. And more importantly, she made the shot.
But see, even if you hit that, you don't have to take that shot every time, but if you throw it in there, that defense has to collapse. And that opens up 3 players on the outside. You just keep the ball moving, and that's what kills the zone more than a three-point shot.
I don't think, like you said, Tommy, it's so unbelievable that basketball can be a simpler game than people make it out to be. You throw the ball around quickly around the horn, they can't quickly get on defense.
That's right, and that's what kills the zone is you don't stand out there, each person dribble the ball. You have to keep that ball moving. The ball should never hit the floor. You just keep it going. Eventually, you got a cutter or you got a wide open shot inside that lane area, and you're right, it makes it look so easy. Tell that to Michigan State last night. I'm stuck on that, man. I'm telling you, it was one of the worst college basketball games I've ever seen.
No, Tommy, I'm going to have to go back to the UC Kentucky game when it was
stall ball
20-10 or whatever the score was.
At least that was intentional, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan State, that wasn't intentional. They were just awful.
That's true. Our score here, 43-37, 17:04 to go. Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and DeSheik here at Cincinnati State on Anderson Community Television and USBN Sports. So it looks like they're going to put on some pressure. Get it in the corner to Taste. It's like Haley Phillips might be checking in, Tom.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a while.
And
nice.
McDaniel's going to drive to the basket. She throws the shot up, and now it's 43-39.
Yeah, and Brandy McDaniel's making herself known now in this game.
Wow. Lattimore's shot was blocked. Oh, and it should have been a foul. No call. Wow. And Lattimore's going to go in for the basket. That should have been a foul, Tommy.
Yeah, I agree. That's a few that Cincinnati State got away with in this game so far.
Now we get it down in the corner. Stepping back for a three-point shot. No good. And running it down is going to be McLean. McLean going to bring it back down the other way to the left-hand side. Going to drive into the basket. Throws up a shot off the glass. No good. And it's going to go out of bounds. I think out of that timeout, he said drive to the basket.
And I agree with that. But that's like the third or fourth trip down the floor with one pass or less. I'm not sure that's what you want. I think the more you move the ball around, the easier it is to drive.
Well, I agree, but I think she thought that she had the easy basket. And so Cincinnati State will take the ball out of bounds. Up 45-39, 16-19 to go here in this second half. And get it to Lattimore. She's going to drive all the way in. One-handed shot up and good. So Lattimore, they've really missed her in this ball game. Her energy coming down quickly, and they're going to fire up a three-point shot. Is Fourier. Her shot is no good.
Over the back.
And they just did the opposite of what you said, Tom.
Oh, now McLean just got away with one right there. I'll tell you what. She absolutely drilled for her right there. Absolutely drilled her and got away with it. I'll tell you what, that should have been an automatic call right there.
I didn't see. I just saw.
Cincinnati State had gotten a rebound, and Ford turned to go up the court, and McLean just leveled her. And
On a pick?
I'm not kidding. I don't even know if it was a pick, though. I'll tell you what, that is an automatic call. I can't believe they did not see that.
So it looks like I think he told the ref to talk to 22, and now what is he doing? He's talking to them. He needs to be ready into the game here. So they're bringing the ball down as Sinclair, 47-39. Coming down is going to be Taste. Gets it to, jeez, Pete. Get it to McDaniel, and that's going to be a foul on McLean. Foul's going to be on 22. That'll be McLean. That'll be her first.
Game has definitely
changed,
picked up, hasn't it? It's a little rough out there.
McDaniel's shot is good, so she puts in one free throw.
Well, she is definitely focused this half, Dan. No doubt about it.
Haley Phillips doesn't stay in long. She comes out. McLemore comes in. Free throw, good. Makes both free throws, so that's different from the second half.
Yeah, she's got 14 points now.
Yeah. 1 point away from her average. Fisher, swing it over to McLean. McLean back to Lattimore. Lattimore's going to drive into the basket. She walked. You can see the frustration on Coach Harris's face. They're just having really silly turnovers, Tom.
Yeah,
not taking
I agree.
care of the ball. Going to give it up now to Rittinger. Rittinger bringing the ball up the court. Rittinger coming off to the right, loose control. The basketball goes out of bounds. You know, Tommy, in that case, Rittinger shouldn't even be bringing the ball up the court.
I agree. Or once you cross half court, grab the ball and give it off to a guard at that point.
So we're going to give it up now to Dee Henry. 2-3 zone has been working here for Sinclair. Fisher's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good. Another one-pass shot again. Getting the rebound is going to be Von Lehman. She's going to come down the other way. Give it up to McDaniel. Cross court goes off the hands of Wang, out of bounds. It'll stay here, or it'll go to Cincinnati. Good idea, but just not quick enough.
Yeah, it's a good idea if both players are thinking the same thing,
Right.
and Wang wasn't cutting the way that McDaniel thought she was.
It's like Sinclair might stay in his 2-3 zone for a while. Swing it over now to Fisher, to Dee Henry. McLemore playing a little bit of tighter zone, too. Lattimore gives it up high to Dee Henry. He's going to drive in at the free throw line, throws up a shot, no good. And it's going to be Wham, but they're going to call a foul on Lattimore, and I believe that's going to be foul number 3.
Yeah, they're definitely out of sync, Dan. No question about it. They just can't seem to find that right formula here, right mix of players. And we got Taylor Frazier back in. And you kind of like to see her do what she did against Columbus State, just kind of start taking over the middle of the court.
Absolutely. 47-41, 14:49 to go here. Cincinnati up on Sinclair. Tate's going to take it all the way down the middle. She gets trapped, fights through it, and she's going to walk first.
Nope. Calling him. Oh, he's calling. Okay. I thought he was going to call foul right here in front of us.
So it looked like he was. Coming down, Dee Henry. 2-3 zone again. McLean goes into the middle, but comes back out. Up to Dee Henry. Henry back to Fisher. Fisher's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
There you go.
Fisher, it's a three-pointer. That was a big three-pointer.
Yeah, they
Tommy.
needed that one big time.
50-41. Cincinnati in a 2-2-1. And then in women's college basketball, there's no 10 seconds. Tace gets it down to Wang. She's going to drive the basket off the glass, up and in. She's all of a sudden caught fire, too. McLean's going to spin. And she's get double teams, swings it over to McLemore. To Fisher.
There
over
you
to
go.
Dee Henry. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And Fisher there with the rebound. Gets it inside to Frazier. Frazier shows up a shot, no good. And Rittinger with the rebound. That wasn't bad on passing that time, Tommy. They just couldn't put it in.
Yeah, it's amazing how the court opened up, though.
And Wang's going to go. It's going to be fouled by Frazier, I believe.
I don't know. If they're calling that on McLean, I don't think she fouled. I think it should have been on
22.
Frazier.
McLean's going to pick up her second.
Yeah, I thought McLean got all ball on that, but Wang will go to the line. She's hit 2 out of 3. She's got 8 points. Riley Wang.
And free throw is no good.
She is just a little bit above her average at 7-6. So
let's see, Dillingham, Fitzpatrick, and
Craighead.
Dillingham. Did I say Dillingham already? Yeah, Craighead.
He's thrown off by the Surgettes.
Absolutely. Free throw's no good, so she misses both of them. Frazier with the rebound. Give it to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick swings it over now to Craighead. Craighead gets it inside to Dillingham. Dillingham to Craighead. Craighead's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And Frazier's going to tip it out. And tips it back out, and it's going to be controlled by Sinclair. Von Lehman's going to come down, kicks it down in the corner. Driving baseline's going to be Tace. Pulls up for a jump shot.
There
Up
you go.
and good. Good job by Tace driving baseline. It's going to make it now 50-45, 13:07. Dillingham to McLean. Swinging around now to Craighead. Fitzpatrick over to McLean. He's going to drive. Try to throw it in a bad pass. Another turnover by Cincinnati. And Sinclair now. And it's going to be Tace going to drive all the way in and gets her shot rejected by Frazier. And Frazier's going to come down with the rebound. She throws a bad pass. It's going to be stolen by Tace. Tace going to go in, throws it up off the glass, no good. And Frazier's going to give it up to Fitzpatrick. So Cincinnati really not playing well at all. Craighead with the three-point shot, no good. One shot
unbelievable.
Again.
They weren't even set up. They weren't set up at all.
And coming down quickly. And it's going to be McDaniel's going to fire up a baseline shot. It is no good.
Oh.
Wang was going to be fouled by Fitzpatrick, and that'll be her first.
I'll tell you what, Sinclair is attacking the basket this half. Every trip down the floor, they're attacking the basket. They may not make every one, but they are definitely attacking compared to what they did in the first half. And Wang and McDaniel are kind of running the inside right now.
Yeah, and Coach Harris not liking what he sees. He's going to call a timeout. 50-45. They're still up 5, Tom, but it's just it's really hard to believe. You know, Sinclair playing very well here in the second half, and Cincinnati not playing very well here in the second half.
Yeah, and you hate to I don't want to take anything away from Sinclair, but from what we're used to seeing out of Cincinnati State, this game should be over by now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, and I know you're not going to do it every night, but they are definitely struggling. They cannot seem to find any kind of rhythm on offense. And, I mean, in this half alone, we've said how many trips down have one pass or less, and it's just not working for them. I don't understand why they just don't settle down a little bit, work the ball around, get themselves some wide-open lanes or wide-open shots by moving the ball.
Well, that's exactly what they need to do on that zone is they got to move the ball around quickly and not do, like you were saying, getting the ball and taking one shot and firing it. And Sinclair doing the opposite. They've done it only a couple times, but Sinclair has really been moving the ball around.
Yeah, and the other thing is, you know, you got 12 minutes left in this game, and Sinclair's confident now. They're not here just to show up. They're here to win now.
Right.
They know they can win this game.
50-45, 12:15 to go. Wang on the line. Shot's good.
Wang now 9 points, 7 rebounds, so real nice game for her.
And she fires up, makes both of them. 50-47, 12:14 to go. Fisher swings it over. Dee Henry to Fisher. Fisher over to Henry. Henry going to drive all the way in, kick it back. Dillingham. Dillingham going to spin out of the circle, kick it out. Dee Henry 14 on the shot clock. They get it into Dillingham. Dillingham kicks it out, bad pass. And it's going to be stolen by Von Lanham. Von Lanham's going to go all the way in, throws
nice
off the glass,
shot.
up and in, over Lattimore.
Very nice shot.
50-49. Fisher's going to drive all the way basket, goes in.
Wow.
She's lucky that went in.
Unbelievable.
Going to take it all the way basket. And it's 52-49, 11:34 to go. Get it. Von Lanham kicks it to McDaniel. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good. And they just did the opposite of what they didn't want to do.
Exactly.
Swing it over down to McLean. McLean's going to drive into the basket at the elbow, throws up a shot. Good. Hit off the back of the rim and thought it was going to die. And it goes in, and Cincinnati, just as Sinclair gets right back in, and Cincinnati answers. And behind her back, nice job by Furrier. Swing it on to Von Lanham. Furrier's going to fire up a three-point shot. No good. And running it down and stepping out of bounds.
All right. But, yeah, you caught Dan. I think that last trip down for Sinclair when they fired that three with no passing, I think that was it. You know, they had been doing the patient thing and driving when they had the advantage, and all of a sudden they fire up a three with nobody even set up down the court.
Cincinnati now up here 54-49, under 11 minutes to go. Swing it around Henry to McLean. McLean over to Fisher. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Yeah.
Fisher hitting. That was good ball movement that time.
Yeah, you can't leave her that wide open.
Cincinnati now up by 8, 57-49. They're going to sit there and trap. And there's going to be a foul.
Oh, man.
Foul's going to be on 20. That'll be Dee Dee Henry. That'll be her third. Checking back into the ballgame will be Taste for Sinclair. Von Lehman going to come out. She's done very, very well.
Yeah, but she won't be on the bench very long. No way. He can't afford to have her on the bench that long. She's got 15 points.
Tate's going to bring it all the way to the basket. She lost control of it, picks it back up. Swings it over now. Furrier back to Taste. And she walked. And Taste is kind of like a Lattimore, where she's very high, strong, and ready to roll.
Kind of gets ahead of herself. So Cincinnati State has to take advantage of these missed opportunities by Sinclair.
Get it into
move it.
Just want to swing it back to Dee Dee Henry. Gets it in the corner to McLean. McLean crosses it over to Fisher. Fisher going to drive all the way in and try to throw it. They're going to call a foul.
Wow. I don't know about that one.
Foul's going to be on 12, and that is on Henderson, I believe. She just
Wang.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Since they taking the ball out of bounds to get it to Dillingham. Two in the corner. Dillingham gets it inside to Ivy. She's going to turn around, throws up a shot, air ball.
Good hustle by McLean.
McLean's going to get the rebound, and she's going to drive baseline, throws up a shot, side of the rim, no good. It's on the ground, and they're fighting for it, and I believe we're going to have a jump ball, and possession is going to go to Cincinnati.
Good job by Ivy to get down on the floor for that. Keep possession on their end.
Cincinnati taking the ball out of bounds. They need a towel.
Dan, I know at some point, Dan, we have to discuss the academic history at Sinclair for you.
I don't even remember attending class. But more importantly, I was told by my buddy Steve Ellis to mention that in a game with Sinclair, he had 16 assists and only 1 point.
That's you know what?
They scored 140.
You got to know your role.
That's right. Hard to do. And Dominique Fisher is going to swing it out now to Henry. Gets it inside, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with Sinclair. Sinclair was an awesome school, Tom. It is an awesome
you know
school.
what? If I'm Steve, I'm looking at it like, hey, that's 33 points. Because you gave him 32 by handing it off to somebody.
That's a good point. And Ivy turned around with the shot. She really had nothing there,
I agree.
Tommy.
I tell you what, that's a couple real close calls in Cincinnati State's favor right there. And they called that on Wang, I believe.
That's her second.
I thought that was going to be on McDaniel.
So Ivy will be in the line. Free throw, no good, off the front of the rim. Lattimore's going to go in for Davenport. You know, he's been shuffling people in and out. I think he's still trying to find that mix to get things going.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, this late in the game, you would think they'd have five that were working well together, but it's not working that way.
And she's going to make one free throw. She makes 1 out of 2, 58-49, 9:39, a bad pass. And Ivy's going to run it down. Good job. Gives it to Dee Dee Henry. Henry, cross court over to Fisher. She almost walked. And Fisher's going to bring it back out. Get it in the corner to McLean. 21 on the shot clock. McLean's going to drive in at the elbow, kicks it in the corner to Fisher. She's going to fire up a three-point shot off the side of the rim, no good.
Good job.
Ivy with the rebound. Ivy's going to drive all the way in, kick it to McLean.
Oh,
McLean spins and pushes off.
Yeah, and she didn't push her that hard. There's a little bit of acting, but it was so obvious you got to call it. And that's 4 on McLean.
That is not good. She's going to have to come out. Dillingham's going to have to go in.
Yeah, first half Cincinnati State was 1 for 5 from the free throw line, so they're now 1 of 2 in the second half.
And Cincinnati going to put on that trap and stealing.
Dee
Henry. Fisher has it. Kicks it now to Henry. Henry up, under,
nice
off the glass.
fake.
Up. Good job by Dee Henry. And Sinclair tried to call a timeout. They didn't get it. Pulling up is going to be Taster. Shot is no good. Tipped up and around. Wang with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Ivy.
There she is again. She's all over.
Yeah, he was trying to call a timeout, and he's going to get it now. So they're going to get a timeout. Our score here, 60-49, with 8:56 to go here in the second half. So Dan Albers, Tom Benassi, and Dashik here.
And the one thing for Sinclair is they've stayed out of foul trouble in this second half. And, unfortunately, they're just not getting any production out of India Taste. She's struggling big time, and Fourer's only got 4 points also. So a couple of their sophomore leaders are really struggling on the offensive end. And Cincinnati State kind of trudging along, but 11-point lead once again. That's what they had at halftime. So.
Yeah, every time that Cincinnati State or Sinclair seemed to get close, Cincinnati State would kind of extend the lead a little bit. Again, we're going to have the men's game after this, the Sinclair men. And the guy that we need to look out for is Byers, I believe.
Yeah, Charlie Byers out of
High School.
Moeller. That's nice.
Said he's being heavily recruited. I think one of them's Miami of Ohio.
It looks like we got Tony Diana's son playing at halftime of the men's game.
Really? Where they at?
Sitting over here under the basket.
Yes, sir. And free throw's no good.
So Wang getting her opportunities, but unfortunately she is only 50% from the free throw line right now.
And free throw's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Ivy. Quickly going to give it now to Dee Henry. He's going to get it inside to Dillingham.
Wide open.
Oh, bad
missed
pass.
the ball.
And it goes out of bounds.
Oh, man, I don't know how they missed that one.
So when things go wrong, they go wrong, Tommy.
Yeah, like you said, but once again, 11-point lead and definitely not one of the better games they've played.
60-49, 8:42 to go. In this ball game, Sinclair up on Cincinnati State. Bringing it around is Foyer. Gets it down in the corner to Rittinger. Cincinnati net man-to-man. 15 on the shot clock. Furrier's going to have to hurry up, get something moving. They got 10, 9 on the shot clock. Going to swing it back. 6 on the shot clock. Get it inside. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to go to Cincinnati. I don't know, Tommy. They only had 6 on the shot clock, and if they weren't going to shoot that, they might have been in trouble.
Yeah, and Von Lemden was not open cutting across, and she knew it. She just tried to tap it up towards the basket, I think.
60-49, 8:14 to go. Cincinnati State up on Sinclair Community College. Get it to Ivy. He's going to give it back now to Lattimore. To Dillingham.
Move the ball.
Dillingham. Going to drive in, spin, up, under, throws up a shot off the back rim, no good. She gets the rebound, and she goes up, and she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to be on 40. That'll be Rittinger. That'll be her first.
Wow, only the first foul. It's been a little rough on the inside. It's hard to believe that he can make it this long with only one foul.
And free throw's good.
And they definitely need that. No doubt about it.
Dillingham ready for a second free throw. Good.
Nice.
So she makes both of them, and they need those. 62-49, 7:53 to go. Coming over is going to be Taste, being guarded by Lattimore. And Taste. Lattimore doing a great job on defense on her, and Taste spins out. Furrier fakes a 3, 13 on the shot clock. Furrier's going to spin to her left, and they try to throw the ball inside.
Another
Not a
bad
very good pass.
It's forced. Too late.
Yep. 2 bad passes by Sinclair. They really can't afford to have that when they're down here.
Yeah, right when Von Lemden made that cut, she was wide open. If they would have passed it right away, she would have had a chance to collect the ball and then take it in with the defense, but they let the defense catch up.
Now, you know who we haven't seen in a long time?
Oh, hello.
Is Frazier.
Yeah.
And Dee Henry's going to put one in on the left corner, or on the left elbow. And almost a steal.
Yeah, Frazier had 9 rebounds in the first half, and right now she's sitting on 11. So not a whole lot going on right there for Taylor Frazier tonight. But
she only had 2 fouls. I thought she had 3. I thought that's maybe why she was sitting for a little bit. 64-49, 7:10 to go in this ball game. Cincinnati up on Sinclair. Baseline into Tate's going to kick it out. Ridinger's going to fire up a 3-point shot off the side of the rim. No good. Lattimore with the rebound. Lattimore quickly coming down the other way. Going to give it to Ivy. She's going to drive all the way and pulls up off the glass. No good.
2 people wide open.
Oh, and she got hammered. Ivy is going to hammer.
But I'll tell you what, man. Between Lemden and Forer, they have taken a beating tonight.
Absolutely.
Forer's going to need some Advil after this one, but you know what? She keeps attacking.
So Ivy's going to check in, gave him some pretty decent minutes. Coming in will be number 50, Maisha Cooper. And they're going to have a timeout here on Sinclair. 64-49, 6:51 to go.
Yeah, Taylor Frazier had 6 points and 9 rebounds in the first half, and right now she has 6 points and 11 rebounds. So hard to believe that not a whole lot of production out of Taylor at all in the second half, and for that reason, we're not seeing her on the floor. But Cincinnati State piecing it together. They're up 15, 6:51 to go. You got to think that they have this one in their hands right now. It's just a matter of probably making some free throws down the stretch, but not one of the games that Coach Harris is going to want to watch the video on. I can guarantee that.
Well, maybe he does.
Well, that's
maybe
true.
He wants to show them how
that's true.
They didn't play very hard.
Especially coming off a loss at Vincennes.
Right. You'd think they would want to have that incentive.
Yeah.
And as he said, it has nothing to do with the way they're playing now. What do we got here?
Yeah, and that's...
What do we got?
Oh, one of the players was wondering if it was 2 shots or 1-on-1.
Free throw on the way here by Von Lehman. Von Lehman's shot, in and out, no good. And Lattimore with the rebound.
Boy, and they got to take advantage of their free throws on the other end, too.
Absolutely. So, looks like they are in a man-to-man. So they switched to a man-to-man now. Did him pretty well there for a while, but had to change something up. Fisher going to get it inside. Maisha Cooper gets double-teamed. She throws up an unbelievable bad shot. She was triple-teamed and threw it off the side of the backboard.
It's almost like they're afraid to kick it back out. You know, the shot clock's not running down. You got to be more patient than that. Just kick it back out. You got a 15-point lead.
54-49, 6:26. Looks like they're going to try to set a screen. Tate's going to get it off to her left. Kick it down in the corner. Von Lehman is going to fire up a shot. It is no good. Run down by Fisher. Tommy, I don't know if they're just getting tired or...
I think Von Lemden's tired.
Lattimore's going to drive all the way and off the glass, up and in.
And that right there, Dan, that was too easy. That was way too easy for Brittany Lattimore to get in there and make that shot.
And this might be a difficult challenge for Sinclair to come back from this kind of a deficit. Tate's going to drive in. She's kind of out of control there, Tommy, and then she's going to end up picking up a foul.
Yeah, you know what? That's great that you can dribble like that, but you can't dribble like that in the middle of the lane with 4 defenders around you. And it's costing her.
And she's going to pick up her 3rd foul.
And that's what, 6. That's 6 turnovers for her. But Sinclair, just like we talked about, how many times? 7 of 17 from the free throw line.
That hurts. Kick it down in the corner to Lattimore. Up high to Fisher. Fisher's going to drive, spin, up, under. Gives it now to Davenport. He's going to drive, left-handed shot.
Oh, man.
So they're going to call a foul on Wang, and that'll be her 3rd. But, man, I think she blocked that.
Yeah, I don't know about that call.
So Dillingham will be on the line. Off the back of the rim, no good.
So Dillingham 4 of 12 from the field, kind of struggling there. And now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. I was going to tell you how good of a free throw shooter she was, but.
And that's going to put it in again. So she makes 2 free throws. 67-49, 5:22 to go. Swing it around now. Von Lehman is going to cross over to her left. Throws it down in the corner. Very bad pass. It's gonna go to, I tell you what, I think their last 4 or 5 possessions they've struggled.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the frustration now is so high that they're trying to force things that just aren't there. And Von Lemden, you remember back in the first half when Von Lemden kind of got him going. You have not seen her get an open shot. I don't think this whole half. Every shot that she's taken, there's been somebody right on her.
So 67-49 our score here. Cincinnati State kind of pulling away from Sinclair. And Cincinnati will go on to get their 20th victory of the year and be 20-1. Very impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh, and by the way, Saturday's game for the women got switched to 12:30 instead of 1. So they just had up. I don't know why I asked if that was going to be a problem. I told them it wasn't. I was going to be here by then anyway. So
the men still.
The men will still go earlier than 2 probably.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just start earlier on Saturday. So yeah, our game on Saturday, the men will take on, I believe, Clark State. The game was supposed to be at 3. It'll probably start about 2:30.
2:30.
And then the women will be taking on, I believe, the University of Dayton. Maybe they're taking on a club team.
Dayton club team, I believe. That sounds right.
So they'll be taking on them Saturday.
Yep, that's it. So Cincinnati State kind of trudging along tonight. Not really the normal machine look that we're used to seeing, but you know what? It's a win, and it's a league win.
And Dee Dee Henry's going to take it all the way to the basket, throws it off the glass, no good, and over the back is going to be on Ivy.
And Dan, how many times this year have we talked about this? With a large lead,
bring it out,
and they get the ball and they just race down the floor and take a shot, and it's like, just run your offense.
Right,
you've got a huge lead. The other team has to come and get you, and you're making it easy on them. Now they get to go down and shoot free throws. I mean, if it was a little closer game now, you'd be in trouble.
Von Lehman's going to fire up a shot, in and out, no good, and that is not good at all, Tommy.
Goodness.
Fisher quickly coming down the court. And it's going to go off to her left. That's what they need to do, is bring it back out. Get it to Dee Dee Henry. And Henry was very close to walking with that. And they're going to fire up a shot. Dillingham, no good. And running it down. They really didn't need to shoot that ball. Von Lehman's going to dribble all the way in. Throws the ball off the glass, up and in. Good job by Von Lehman.
Once again, Dan, they shot the ball with 18 seconds on the shot clock.
And Von Lehman's going to pick up a foul there. She tried to reach in. That'd only be her second foul. And Dominic Fisher will go to the line, I believe. Nope.
No, not yet. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, not yet.
Yeah, really. And get the ball into Lattimore. She's going to spin, and she's going to throw it back now to Dee Dee Henry. Since she walked with it.
Just unforced errors. Unforced errors when there's no need to rush.
On Lehman, that's Furrier now that has the basketball. He's again putting on a little bit of pressure. That's Dominic Fisher on her. Fisher throws a bad pass. They're going to say it's a kick. Sinclair taking the ball out of bounds.
Sinclair's just kind of running through the motions right now. There's not much energy coming from them.
And Furrier has it, gets it into McDaniel. She fires up a shot. It is no good. Nice. Saved by Cincinnati. Dee Dee Henry's going to give it up to Fisher. Fisher going to give it up now to Ivy. Going to the basket. Shot is no good. Lattimore with the rebound. She puts it up and in.
All right.
Good thing they made it, because I was going to say you need to pull it out. 69-51. It's going to be very hard for them to come back from this, Tom.
This is what do you call it? Not over. I can't even think of it. Oh, what is that?
I have no idea. Not a good job by Tace. Going to give it up now to Davenport's going to drive to the basket. Got her shot blocked. Going to bring it back out as Lattimore. She's going to get fouled.
I don't get it, but
that's why you and I are over here.
I agree.
What do they call it? 40 is what they call it?
I mean, I understand wanting to keep the pressure on them, but you can drive it down the court and still
bring it back out.
Once you make them race down there. And, boy, I tell you, I just hate seeing them turn the ball over and miss shots when you're up by this many with that many seconds left on the shot clock.
And Lattimore's going to put it in. Lattimore's going to put in the next one. 71-51. Unbelievable. They have a 20-point lead, Tommy.
Yeah, I agree. 4 minutes into this half, we were thinking, here they come.
Oh, air ball, no good, but they're getting the rebound, put it up and in. It's going to be Furrier. And looks like what happened there?
I think she stepped over the line.
Stepped over the line. Going to be another turnover. Coach Harris was not happy about that one.
No, it's just, and that's the thing. You're getting in a hurry, and there's no reason. That's what I'm going to keep saying it. I don't understand it.
Sinclair will be taking the ball out of bounds. Get the ball in. They swing it over now to Furrier. Furrier's going to drive, gets double teamed, kicks it over to Rittinger. Swing it around, firing up a three-point shot.
Oh, my goodness.
Von Lehman, that wasn't good at all, but knocked away by her as they try to throw it quickly down to Fisher.
Boy, we didn't see anything like that from her in the first half, so it's got to be being tired, no doubt about it.
D.D. Henry taking the ball out of bounds. Get it to McLean. She's going to fire up a shot, and it is no good, and I don't understand why she shot the ball.
Unbelievable.
2:59, Cincinnati up here 71-53. You know, the paper's going to say you win a 20-point ball game, but you wouldn't tell that's how well they play, you know, that they didn't play and beat them by that much. And the shot down by McDaniel was no good. They really don't have their legs, Tommy.
No, not at all.
Lattimore's going to get it, gets fouled, and she goes to the basket. And Von Lehman's going to pick up the foul. That'll be her fourth.
And for Lattimore, that's 15 points. So Brittany having a real nice game, 6 of 10 from the field.
Lattimore's good.
You know, Dan, the other one, nothing in the second half. Alexis Fitzpatrick.
Wow. That is unbelievable. Von Lehman's going to give it inside to Furrier, puts it up and in. Good job on a ball movement at that time. That was probably the best possession they've had in a long time. Should have been a travel, no call. Lattimore's going to drive all the way in, kicks it out now. Fisher fires up a three-point shot. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Sinclair. Trying to trap.
Nobody at home.
And it's going to be timeout called by Sinclair. 74-55.
They were not lining up to come help on that. They were they were not lining up to come help for that.
No, not at all.
They were just all kind of standing around watching, trying to decide what she was going to do with it. And
let's go back to this Sinclair Community College. Is it bad when you pass a class you're not even registered for?
I was going to wait and bring that up. You actually, I believe, got an A, didn't you?
Probably the only one that I had.
In a class that you were not even registered for. I think that is awesome.
I don't even know how that happened.
That's like, you should get extra credit for that, I would think.
It's kind of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. You know, no one knew what was going on, and I got away with it.
You're kind of thinking outside the box. You know what? I'm going to get up and go to this class.
I have no idea how that happened. I did take some really hard classes, though. I took coaching baseball, coaching basketball.
And here I sit with you.
Yeah. Sinclair has got to be a proud. I'm a proud alum. You can't even come out alumnus because I didn't even make it 2 years.
Oh goodness.
74-55. I won't bring it up now, but I remember you coming up to watch a basketball game, an Illinois basketball game.
All fired up to come up.
And it was
have a couple adult beverages and watch the Illinois game, and it was Northern Illinois. still had the adult beverages
Yes,
up.
we do. Yeah. Sinclair now bringing the ball down the court, 74-55. Trailing. Oh, Tace takes it all the way to the basket. Shot is no good. Dillingham with the rebound. Dillingham's going to give it up now. Henry kicks it to Fisher. Fisher, bring it back out. 157. Dillingham's going to drive all the way in, throws a shot, no good. They didn't really have to shoot the ball, Tom.
No, I don't know. I guess the philosophy is not. I just personally don't understand it, but I just think you're prolonging the game for no reason when you could just be sitting out there dribbling the ball or passing around the outside, making them chase you. But they're 20-1, so I guess not a whole lot you can say.
It's off the back of the rim, no good. Free throw's good. 1:50 to go here, 74-56. Fisher coming down the other way, and coach is telling him to go. So Dillingham gets it down in the corner, back to Fisher. Fisher to Dillingham. 20 on the shot clock. They kick it over to McLean. She's going to drive baseline, takes it all the way up, off the side, up and in.
They're counted.
Wow.
Wow.
At the top of the backboard. Shouldn't have counted, but it did. So Cincinnati up by 20 here, 76-56. Redinger's going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Got it.
Redinger hits it. McLean now is going to drive all the way in, takes it to the basket, throws up a shot, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Taste. 1:07 to go here in this ball game. Cincinnati up 76-59. It was a bad pass, and it's going to be Cincinnati coming down the other way. Going to give it to Lattimore. She's going to drive all the way in for a layup, up and in.
She's hit her last 6 shots, Brittany. 17 points.
Coming down the other way, they're going to swing it to Von Lehman. She's going to fire up a three-point shot. It is no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Dillingham.
Unbelievable.
And Fisher's going to give it up to McLean running the basket.
What'd she wait for?
So she got the ball. She could have just went up for a layup, but she was waiting, but she gets fouled.
Yeah, I'm not sure why she hesitated. All she had to do was take one more step, and it's a layup.
I got 5 on Von Lehman, but
I don't know. I haven't been marking him.
I got 5.
Well, the last game I was marking him. I wasn't even close on a couple of them.
The free throw's no good. We got 38 seconds to go. Cincinnati up here 78-59. Free throw good. She makes one of 2. Taste is going to give it up to Redinger. Is going to give it up now to Taste. Taste driving, kicks it in the corner. Swing it around. Redinger's going to fake a three-pointer. Goes back over, gets it inside. Taste going to fire up a three-point shot. Good.
Oh, where's that been?
Tace is going to hit it. 23 seconds to go.
She hadn't even taken a 3 the whole game until now.
79-62. All I got to do is hold the ball. And that's what they're going to do.
All right. 20-1 for the Lady Surge. 6-0 in the league. And they definitely have the upper hand, beating Owens and Sinclair already. So,
and that is huge. And you've seen it running down right there, and that is going to be the end of the ball game. Cincinnati struggled, but they win 79-62, and we'll be joined by Coach Harris in a few minutes. But
leading the way is Brittany Latimer with 17, I believe, and Dominique Fisher with, I take that back, Fisher also has 17. So kind of quiet night for Fitzpatrick and Frazier like we talked about, but hey, we'll take them any way we can get them at this point in the year.
Absolutely. Let's take them, like you said, any way we can get them. We're going to be joined by Coach Harris in a few minutes and get his thoughts on the game. And Coach Harris, sure that you probably weren't happy with the way that you overall played in that first half, but second half you played a little bit better, but you'll take the win nonetheless.
We always need to get the win on the books, especially in our conference being as tough as it is.
Sinclair came in. They didn't play too bad. You could tell in the second half they were getting a little bit worn down, and they weren't making some of the shots they were making in that first half.
Yeah, we knew that we could. We generally would wear teams out in the second half, but we could have done it a lot quicker if we'd have done the things we were supposed to in the first half.
And you had, pretty decent performance. Lattimore was kind of quiet in that first half, ended up with 17. I think Fisher did too, so good performances from them.
Yeah, Lattimore, she's a very high-energy kid. We always know that we're going to get something out of her. We don't always know what it is, but we know that she's going to go hard every time she gets on the floor.
Everything okay with Frazier? I know she didn't play much in the second half.
We told her that her kid can shoot the three and that she needs to close out on it and play that. She wasn't doing that, and if you're not going to play defense on this team, you're not going to play.
Okay. I appreciate your thoughts, Coach. We'll talk to you on Saturday.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you. So it's Coach Harris joining us, getting his thoughts on that. They come up with a win, and Tommy sounds a lot happier here talking in the second half.
Yeah, I think he was happier with the defense. The defense kind of took over a little bit, and like he talked about, they kind of ran him into the ground, which he's used to doing. He didn't really play with the depth that he has. He didn't play a lot of the people that he played in the first half. But you know what? Nonetheless, it's a league win. You protected your home floor, and you've got a nice advantage in your league right now, beating the two teams behind you already head-to-head.
So Cincinnati comes up with a win in the first game. We're getting ready to start our second game, so we'll regroup ourselves and be back with our second game right after this.